Have you ever been in a place where you knew you were not the first choice, not the preferred one, not the desired one, not the one they would have picked if they had options, the backup plan? That was Leah. And every time I read her story in Genesis 29, I slow down. Because this is not just a love triangle. This is the story of a woman who lived in comparison. A woman who was married but not loved, chosen but not wanted. The Bible says in Genesis 29-17 that Leah was tender-eyed, while Rachel was beautiful in form and appearance. One translation says Leah had pretty eyes. Another implies her eyes were weak, but Rachel, beautiful in every way. You can already see the comparison. One had a feature, the other had the full package. And Jacob loved Rachel. He worked 7 years for her, 7 long years. The Bible even says they seemed like only a few days to him because of how much he loved her. But on the wedding night, Laban deceived him. The deceiver got deceived. Jacob, who tricked Esau, Jacob, who manipulated his father, now finds himself on the receiving end of deception. Life has a way of balancing things. But here is what caught my attention. How did Jacob not recognize Leah? How do you spend 7 years dreaming about one woman and wake up beside another? And the more I meditated on it, the more I realized that this was not just Laban's trick. God had a plan. If Jacob had been allowed to choose freely, he would have never chosen Leah. But heaven had already written Leah into the story. Sometimes you are not chosen by preference. You are positioned by purpose. Leah did not enter Jacob's life by romance. She entered by divine orchestration. And the Bible says something so revealing in Genesis 29-31. When the Lord saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb, but Rachel was barren. Rachel had beauty. Rachel had affection. Rachel had attention. Leah had rejection, but heaven saw her affliction. There are some of you reading this. You may not have everything working for you. You are not the most qualified, not the most connected, not the most attractive, not the most celebrated, but God sees when you are unloved. God sees when you are overlooked. And sometimes, what you lack in public favor, God compensates with private grace. Leah began to bear sons, Reuben, Simeon, Levi. And every time she gave birth, listen carefully to her words. Now my husband will love me. Now my husband will be attached to me. Now he will see me. Do you see what she was doing? She was performing for love. She was producing for validation. She was giving birth, not just to sons, but to hope that Jacob would finally choose her. And that is what many people do. You work harder than everyone. You overextend yourself. You bend backwards. You exhaust your soul. You constantly run yourself empty just to make everyone happy. Like, comment and share for part 2.